Hello everyone, it's BellaBriar112, and today I'm creating a new concept in the model horse hobby with Project Horse. You probably heard about Project Horses in the equestrian world, and you could definitely just type in YouTube Project Horse and you'll get a lot of equestrian videos. But applying it to model horses, I'm going to consider a model horse Project Horse. A model that'll be like, hey, I want to customize this horse, or hey, I want to restore this model, and just kind of applying it in that sense. So this is going to be like my project video on Phantom. He was a 1997 release from Just About Horses, and he was a limited edition model. He is on the vintage racehorse mold, which is a mold Briar really doesn't use much, and he is super cute, and I wanted him for a super duper long time. So the very first thing I'm going to do in restoring Phantom is I'm going to wash him, and there's two reasons why I'm washing him, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But focusing on how I'm washing him, I'm going to use a washcloth, and I'm just going to kind of like dub this like controlled washing your model, because he has the Just About Horses stamp on his belly, and I don't want to get that wet. And when I say stamp, I don't mean it's like a legit stamp that you'd see on like Briar horses today. It was more so just written in pen. And don't worry, I've checked a lot of different Phantoms around the interweb, and they all have it written on their belly. And pretty much pen. I didn't want anything bad to happen to that, so I'm just gonna carefully wash him with the washcloth, and just otherwise be super duper careful that I don't get that like the pen wet on his belly. And then I'm gonna talk about why I'm washing him. First thing is, just to get any dirt, grime, dust off of him, it's good to wash your horses. Also, I got him used from an eBay seller, and anytime you buy a model horse from eBay, model horse sales pages, that is not new in box, I recommend you wash that horse, especially if it's an older model, because you don't know how many owners that horse has been owned by. You don't know where the horse has been or who owned it, so just to kind of sanitary reasons why I'm washing him. The second step in caring for Phantom is getting rid of shiny marks. He had a lot of shiny marks, and I tried to show you guys, although it's a little hard because you gotta like bounce the horse just right in the lighting so you can see them, but not like bleach it out. So it was a little difficult to show you, but he did have shiny marks on his face, all over his body, his belly. They were all over him. So I'm just gonna take a pretty much brand new eraser and gently rub away at the shiny marks. I highly recommend using a brand new eraser or having one eraser dedicated to getting rid of shiny marks on models. And I just say this because you don't want to use a eraser that has pencil lead and smudges all over it, because then you're going to basically kind of transfer the lead onto your horse, and that's no good. You don't want to do that, because we're trying to get rid of that. The third step I'm going to take is getting rid of a tiny these black marks. He was covered in black marks, and I don't even know where to begin. They were all over him, and it was like I'd go and fix them, but then it was like suddenly, some more appeared, and he was covered in them. Like, trust me when I say that. So the next thing we're gonna do is do our best to get rid of these in a kind fashion to him, because he is a little more on the older side. So what I did was I took a toothpick and some rubbing alcohol. I poured the rubbing alcohol in the cap of the bottle, and then I just dipped the tip of my toothpick into it, and I would very gently scratch away at these black specks. Don't use too much pressure because you don't want to ruin the paint or damage the plastic, but at the same time you want to have enough pressure. I also took a Q-tip and dipped it in the rubbing alcohol and then swiped his socks, and you could just see all the black that just came off of him. It was crazy. And here's an after photo of his face. You could tell from before there was big improvement, although he did have one mark that I was kind of afraid to keep pushing on, so I just let him be. So this was all done in one day, so I'm going to let him sit for about a day and just kind of give him a break so I'm not constantly doing too much to him. And for day 2, otherwise it's been 24 hours since I've last worked on him, we're going to work on him again. So I'm going back in with my eraser and I'm getting rid of any shiny marks that I could have possibly missed, but also the toothpick and rubbing alcohol method does leave behind shiny marks, but it's a-okay because we can easily get rid of them with the eraser, like I said. And I found some more black specks on him, so I'm just going in with my rubbing alcohol and Q-tip. And a tip is to always wash your horses with soap and water after using rubbing alcohol on them. You never ever want to leave chemicals on your model because they will eat away at the paint and destroy the plastic in your model. So always please wash your models after you put any sort of chemical on them. See, this is the very last step I'm taking, and I'm just simply washing this guy. And I did wash him beforehand, so don't worry, he's all good. And that's about it for today's project horse video. He did have some rubs that I would like to use pastels on to cover, but I don't have pastels, so they'll be at a later point. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of a project horse for model horses, and I would totally love it if you guys did your own videos and, told me about them. So that's about it for today's video. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!